Hi everyone. Today is day 8 of Self-Love February, and today is a proposed day. So I'm proposing an idea to you, an idea which is worth giving a thought. Okay, the idea is that we should go on a solo trip or a date. So today, possibly you can go for a solo date, and sometime in the year, you can plan for a trip. Now, I will explain you why, what, and how of all of this particular aspect. Okay. Now, during the self-love February, we are learning the art of falling in love with yourself. Okay. The art of spending time with yourself, having a me time. Okay. So when you fall in love with yourself, what do? You do the following things. You start to respect yourself. You start to honor your commitments. You show some self compassion. You're kind to yourself. You honor your worth and your words. Okay. You rely on yourself for everything you do. Okay. You believe in yourself and what you are capable of. You have less of self doubt and you don't allow others to disrespect you or treat you poorly. Okay. So, this is what you do when you are falling in love with yourself. You start to give a little more respect, a little more as in love. You start to care about not just about the outer beauty, you care more about the inner beauty as well. Okay, and this is what we are talking about, connecting within yourself. Okay, right. So today I want you to understand the problem first, and that's when you will start to understand why I'm asking you for a solo date or a trip. Okay, the problem is loneliness. Okay, so the world today is facing this problem or struggling with this problem of being lonely. Now, loneliness is actually a state of mind wherein people feel empty, alone, and unwanted. They crave for human connections, but their state of mind makes it more difficult to form connections with other people. It isn't about being alone, it is about being feeling lonely despite being in relationships. So, अगर आप लोगों से घिरे हुए हो, आपके पास आसपास बहुत सारे लोग हैं, उसके बावजूद यू आर फीलिंग लोनली, इट इज द बिगेस्ट प्रॉब्लम. ओके, अगर मैं अकेली हूं और मुझे अपने अकेलेपन से डर लग रहा है, if I'm alone, sitting alone with myself, and I'm feeling that kind of I'm having jitters, I'm having anxiety, I'm having stress of being with myself, then it is a problem. Okay, and the world is facing this particular problem of being lonely. And in order to avoid this situation where you start to feel lonely and feel that there is nothing left, you need to embrace and strengthen a relationship inside you. आपके अंदर, आपकी सोल से, आपके कोर से आपको वो रिलेशनशिप स्टैब्लिश करना होगा. एंड दिस इज जस्ट वन स्टेप अहेड ऑफ establishing that kind of a relationship. It is just one strategy of establishing that relationship. Okay, so a relationship with your soul, so that you do not feel lonely even if you're sitting alone. तो आपको अपने अकेलेपन से डर नहीं लगे, अपने लोनलीनेस से डर नहीं लगे. You feel solitude even if you are alone. So today I want you to establish this kind of a connection within yourself by proposing yourself for a solo date. Okay, so reason behind it. But before I explore the reasons, you would ask me, a date is like कि आप दो लोगों के साथ जाते हो एटलीस्ट, ठीक है, या आप फैमिली के साथ जाते हो, स्पाउस के साथ जाते हो, सिग्निफिकेंट अदर के साथ जाते हो, फ्रेंड्स के साथ जाते हो. ठीक है, माई आइडिया इजंट अबाउट कि हमें किसी के साथ नहीं जाना है एंड हमें अकेलेपन को बहुत ज़्यादा इम्प्रेस करना है. नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है. Of course you can go with them, but it is important sometimes to understand the importance of having a me time and establish a relationship inside. Okay, so that when you are alone, you enjoy your own company and you don't go into jitters. Okay, अब हम क्यों जाते हैं, what is the reason behind it for a solo date? ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है that the people around you will always be having time for you. They are busy, and that's the reason you are sulking, because you wanted to go but you are not being able to go because the people around you are just too busy with their work. Your happiness should depend upon you and not others. So even if the others are busy, you can take that time for yourself. Okay. Second, we all have a bucket list of things which others are uninterested in, even if they are the best of our friends. Even we have an understanding spouse, understanding parents, siblings, friends, and whosoever. Okay, but still there would be a list of things which you want to do, but you cannot do it because the other person in the community, in your sacred space, doesn't like that. So in a scenario like this, what you would do? Will you leave them? No. It means you will do them on your own in your me time when you are having a solo date. Okay. Third, sometimes other people can be exhausting you. Now, exhausting in terms of not possibly just the bad way of exhausting, it can be the other way of exhausting also. Okay, the good way of exhausting also. So, around that exhaustion and routine exhaustion also, you need a break from your routine, from your mundane task, from your daily chorus, right? So, in order to take that break, you need to go for a solo date or a solo trip. Solo dates and trips can be recharging and rejuvenating to your soul. आप अपने आप को उस तरह से पहचानने लगते हो जिस तरह से पॉसिबली आपने अपने आप को पहले कभी नहीं देखा होगा. You start to recognize yourself, you start to understand yourself in a way which you would have never actually seen yourself earlier. Exploring the hidden personalities in you, hidden aspects of your personality, okay? The things which are gems inside, but you didn't explore it and hence you don't know it. So, a solo date or a trip is a wonderful chance to know what those hidden gems are. Okay, so what, and now you would ask me, okay, solo date pe to chale jayenge, but what is the prerequisite? Because every time we have a checklist that we want to do this. So what is a prerequisite for a solo date or a solo trip? The prerequisite is do what you like to do. Follow your heart, follow your soul, follow your bucket list, follow whatever you feel like doing it. It should be fun, it should be relaxing, it should be interesting. The idea should push you out of your comfort zone. And that's the biggest prerequisite for a solo date or a trip. Okay. It should give you a feeling of love, wherein your heart is sinking and bouncing at the same time. जैसे वो एक फीलिंग आती है ना व्हेन वी आर इन लव, और जब नया नया प्यार होता है तो वो फीलिंग होती है ना कि हार्ट इज सिंकिंग समवेयर, नीचे बैठा जाता है, एट द सेम टाइम इट इज बाउंसिंग आल्सो, इट इज कमिंग टू योर माउथ. सो यू शुड हैव दैट काइंड ऑफ अ फीलिंग व्हेन यू आर गोइंग फॉर अ सोलो डेट. ठीक है. सो टुडे आई वांट यू टू ट्राई ईदर ऑफ दीस और एनीथिंग यू लाइक, right? You can go for a book reading session with a coffee. You can go for a movie. You can be a tourist to your own city, whatever you feel like. The idea is that connect within you. Okay, connect with your soul. Date should be a kind wherein you get to know yourself better, your hidden gems better. Also, you should plan for a solo trip this year. Apart from the date today, you should also plan for a solo trip anytime during the year when you feel you have time and you are comfortable, even if it is a just a day trip, or even if it is a weekend trip, or even if it is a long trip. Try planning out. Try planning out and try going for it. Okay. Who can be a better date than you yourself for you? Okay. So now you have to share on the group where you are taking yourself on a solo date and what are your plans for a solo trip. You have to share that with me. On that note, this is Richa Chaturvedi signing off with a commitment that please go for a date today with yourself, spend some time with yourself. Even if you cannot go, because I know it's Corona time and many of the cities may not be having that kind of a privilege wherein you can go outside the house, it's okay. Go and sit on your window pan and plan a date for yourself. Okay, on that note, I love you all, and I know that you guys are doing amazing there. Just keep on doing. Be consistent, right? Thank you. Love you.